Have you ever poured your heart out in dua, only to feel like your prayers are being ignored? You keep asking, yet nothing seems to change. Doubts creep in. Why is Allah making me wait? Is He even listening? But what if this delay is actually a sign of His divine wisdom? What if your unanswered prayers are shaping your destiny in ways you can't yet see? Allah never ignores the cries of a sincere heart. He hears every whisper, sees every tear, and knows every struggle. But sometimes He delays, not to reject you, but to prepare something far greater than you imagined. In this video, we'll uncover 3 powerful spiritual reasons why your prayers might feel delayed. By the end, you'll understand why waiting on Allah is never wasted time, but a journey towards something extraordinary. Let's begin. 1. Allah knows what's best. When we make dua, we often focus on what we want, rather than what we truly need. But Allah, in His infinite wisdom, sees what we cannot. He knows the unseen, the future, and the hidden consequences of granting our requests immediately. Sometimes, what we desperately desire could lead to harm, whether spiritually, emotionally, or even physically. His delay is not a denial, it is a protection. Consider a child who insists on eating sweets before dinner. The parent, knowing it will spoil the child's appetite, refuses. The child may feel ignored or unfairly treated, but the parent is acting out of love and wisdom. Similarly, Allah withholds certain things from us because He knows they are not in our best interest, at least not at this moment. Moreover, a delay in answering dua can be a sign that Allah is preparing something far greater than what we asked for. What may seem like a setback is actually a setup for something better. Many people have experienced situations where they desperately prayed for one thing, only to later realize that what Allah provided instead was far superior. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "But perhaps you hate a thing, and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing, and it is bad for you, and Allah knows while you do not know." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:2-16. This verse teaches us to trust His wisdom over our limited understanding. So, when your prayers seem delayed, take comfort in knowing that Allah is not ignoring you. He is guiding you toward what is best, even if it's different from what you envisioned. Trust His plan, for He never makes mistakes. 2. You're being tested and elevated. When our prayers seem unanswered, it can feel like a test of patience and faith. And in reality, it is. Allah tests those He loves, not to punish them, but to strengthen their hearts and elevate their ranks. Hardship and delays in receiving what we ask for are often a means of purification. They remove arrogance, build resilience, and draw us closer to our Creator. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "When Allah loves a servant, He tests him." This means that the struggles you face are not signs of rejection, but of divine favor. Just as gold is refined through fire, a believer's faith is purified through trials. The longer the wait, the greater the reward, so long as you remain patient and steadfast. Sometimes Allah withholds a blessing to see how we respond. Do we continue turning to Him in prayer, or do we give up? A delay in response forces us to evaluate our sincerity. Are we worshipping Allah only for what He gives us, or because He is worthy of worship regardless of our circumstances? The true believer submits, knowing that Allah's wisdom is beyond human comprehension. Moreover, every moment of patience is rewarded. The Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, assured us that no fatigue, nor disease, nor sorrow, nor sadness, nor hurt, nor distress befalls a Muslim, even the prick of a thorn, but that Allah expiates some of his sins for it. Bukhari and Muslim. Every hardship cleanses sins and raises a believer's status in the hereafter. So, if your dua is taking time to be answered, know that it is not wasted. It is shaping you, strengthening you, and bringing you closer to the mercy of Allah. Stay patient. Your reward is being prepared. 3. Allah wants you to draw closer. One of the deepest wisdoms behind delayed prayers is that Allah wants you to turn to Him with sincerity and devotion. Often, when life is easy and our needs are met, we become complacent in our worship. But when we face hardship, we remember Allah more. Our du'as become heartfelt, and our faith deepens. The delay in response is not a rejection. It is an invitation to build a stronger connection with Him. In the Quran, Allah says, "When my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the invocation of the supplicant when he calls upon me." Surah Al-Baqarah 2:186. Notice that Allah emphasizes His closeness. Sometimes He delays, granting a request so that we continue seeking Him, calling upon Him with humility and persistence. If everything was granted instantly, many would forget the sweetness of turning to Him in sincere supplication. The process of waiting refines your relationship with Allah. It teaches reliance on Him rather than on worldly means. It pushes you to engage in acts of worship, prayer, fasting, and seeking forgiveness, not just as rituals, but as a source of comfort and spiritual elevation. The more you seek Him, the closer you become. Additionally, Allah may delay an answer because He wants you to ask for something even greater. Sometimes, in the process of waiting, you realize that what you originally asked for was limited, but through reflection and growth, your dua evolves into something far more meaningful. So, if your prayers feel unanswered, see it as an opportunity. Allah is drawing you nearer, inviting you to seek Him with a heart full of faith. Keep asking, keep believing, because every moment spent calling upon Him is never wasted. Waiting for your prayers to be answered is never in vain. Allah's timing is perfect, and His wisdom is beyond our understanding. Every delay carries a hidden blessing, whether it's protection, elevation, or a chance to grow closer to Him. So, trust His plan and keep making dua with a heart full of faith. If this video gave you clarity, support Noble Islam by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Comment, "Ya Allah, grant me what's best for me," below to affirm your trust in His wisdom. May Allah bless you with patience and endless mercy. Ameen.